do. The man we've all been waiting for. TJT. Welcome back to the show.
All right. What I was talking about before we went to that break was Matt Gaetz, the congressman from Florida, is being investigated and accused of banging a 17-year-old. To me, I think it's true. It sounds like it's true because he's never said that this is a flat out lie. He's just saying, I travel with my girlfriend who's an adult. Be like, well, if she's an adult, if she's 18, then maybe I think the investigation refers to you doing it when she was 17. If it was a flat out lie, you just say, this is a lie. I don't hang out with no 17-year-old. I don't know no 17-year-olds. I'm not friends with them. They're definitely not traveling. I would say something to that effect if it was just not true at all. Usually when something is true, people beat around the bush and they say everything else, all kinds of other stuff, except for this is a flat out lie. This is not true at all. And I don't think I've heard him say that. I think I did hear him say it's not true, Mike. She's there's nothing wrong with traveling with your girlfriend who's an adult. Be like, if she's an adult, tell us how old she is. Don't just say she's an adult. If she was 37, he would say she's 37. I don't know where this nonsense came from. Even if she was 25, you could say, my girlfriend's 25. This is completely ridiculous and just utter bullshit. Say that. But if she's 18, then don't say she's an adult because they're talking about this happened before she was legally an adult. So, I don't know, Mr. Gaetz. Sounds kind of fishy to me, but I could be wrong. Maybe Matt Gaetz is telling the truth and he's just started banging her when she was 18. That's not likely to be true. I'm seeing as how he's a rich politician and a filthy scumbag to boot. But we'll see what happens. I'll definitely keep you posted on terms and further advancements in the story. If this story goes to the point where there's more news, we will get to it. In other political news, I have not mentioned that there was an attack on the Capitol building again. I mean, this time it didn't get anywhere close to the building itself, but it hit a barricade. Somebody jumped out of a. It's been reported that somebody jumped out of a vehicle and it crashed into a barricade that was outside of the Capitol building. That was put there, either before the insurrection or after the insurrection. Probably after. Probably they don't do anything until after the fact. After people bust windows and climb into the building and break in and walk the halls and duty on the floor. Then they put up barricades and fences around the building. They put up barricades and fences when nothing's going on. Back when they needed these things, they didn't have them in place. But anyway, somebody crashed a vehicle into a barricade outside the Capitol building. And so the nonsense continues. I haven't heard people talk about that much this weekend. I barely heard about it. I barely found out about it. But apparently somebody did crash a vehicle outside the Capitol building. So if anything else comes of this story besides, because I haven't heard much about it, besides the vehicle was crashed into a barricade, then we'll let you know. There's one other thing about this Matt Gaetz story that I forgot to mention. So I'll go back to that for a minute. I was watching Fox News because sometimes I turn channels and see what's being said different places. You know what I'm saying, when the news is on. And I heard Fox News, their morning show. I forget what it's called because I don't watch it. But Geraldo was on there and the other people who definitely are not nearly as famous or popular as Geraldo. But Geraldo wasn't saying nothing. He was just on there at the time. They were talking about Matt Gaetz. And one lady on Fox News morning show, she brought up Hunter Biden. She brought up Hunter Biden. And I was like, why are y'all so obsessed with Hunter Biden? I mean, of all things, of all people, I understand he's the president's son. But when they became obsessed with Hunter Biden was back when the evil dummy was being impeached the first time. And he was trying to bribe Ukraine to dig up dirt on Joe Biden so he could, make Joe Biden look bad and he could win the election. That's what the evil dummy was doing, trying to dig up dirt on Joe Biden. But what came out of it is people talking about Hunter Biden. Now, I know he was, at that time, the presidential candidate. Joe Biden was the presidential candidate. He wasn't president yet. I know he was the candidate's son. And so, he's fair game and all of that. But Hunter Biden has never been congressman. He's not been senator, vice president. He certainly hasn't been president. Hunter Biden is the president's son. He's not a politician. And the fact that Fox News is so obsessed with Hunter Biden, they were talking about Matt Gaetz, the allegations against Matt Gaetz, and what was said on Tucker Carlson's show. And then out of the blue, they brought up Hunter Biden. And I'm like, why are y'all so obsessed with Hunter Biden, man? Hunter Biden is not a congressman, okay? Matt Gaetz is. You cannot compare anything about Hunter Biden to someone who is a congressman or a senator who is an actual politician. Hunter Biden's not, okay? Yeah, I don't know what is going on with Hunter Biden investigations, but I don't care. I don't care. He's not a congressman. He's not a senator. He's not a mayor even. Okay, I know he's the president's son, but stop. You're making a fool out of yourself by bringing up Hunter Biden because he has nothing to do with the fact that Matt Gaetz is under investigation for more than you could say it's an inappropriate relationship with a minor, but this is illegal. What he's been accused of is illegal and has nothing to do with Hunter Biden. I'm glad I was watching Fox News because I don't ever watch Fox News, but I'm glad I was watching it at that time because when they brought up Hunter Biden, it just made me laugh because I was thinking, why are y'all so obsessed with Hunter Biden? I've never heard more people mentioning someone who's not a politician. I know he's Joe Biden's son. But, y'all have got to let Hunter Biden go at some point. You got to let it go, okay? Nothing ever became of this push to make Joe Biden look bad through Hunter Biden. Nothing ever came of it. So you got to let it go, Repubs. You got to let it go. Evil dummy supporters. Okay? I know y'all run out of ways to defend people, like Matt Gaetz. But bringing up Hunter Biden is not going to do anything but make you look foolish. So please, let it go. Now, the last thing I want to get to, probably going to be the last thing I'm able to talk about because we're out of time. Almost. We're not quite out of time, but almost. Is Little Nas X. Most of you know who Little Nas X is. He is the gay country hip hop artist. He had a country song that was a hip hop song. Very unusual, but it was a hit song. It was very popular for about a year. I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road. I don't even know what the title of the song is, but that's how it goes. It's the lyrics. Ride till I can't no more. I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road. Right. Billy Cyrus was even in his song. Billy Cyrus was probably the biggest one-hit wonder. Maybe he's got other songs. I'm not a country fan, so I don't know that many. I'm not that familiar with country artists. But Billy Cyrus had, Achy Breaky Heart. For those of you who are more than 10 years old, you probably remember Achy Breaky Heart. Don't tell my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it understands. And if you tell my heart, my achy breaky, that's Billy Cyrus. Miley Cyrus's father, actually. For those of you who are too young to know who Billy Cyrus is, he was on Little Nas X, his song that was so popular last year. In any case, Little Nas X has a video where he is, I haven't seen the video myself. I should have looked at it, but I'm really just not into the gay stuff. From what's been reported, he gives the devil. There's a devil in his video, and he gives him a lap dance. It's basically a demonic. It's a demonic video with Little Nas X being on the side of the devil. That's what it's been reported as to be depicting. I should have watched the video. I forgot to, actually. But Little Nas X, and I've heard a lot of people say a lot of stuff about Little Nas X. And I don't have nothing against Little Nas X. I mean, congratulations to Little Nas X for having a big hit. You know what I'm saying? He came out of nowhere with this big hit. He had one song, and he's trying to make a career out of in the entertainment business. He's taken some shoes, some Nike shoes. Nike had nothing to do with it. They bought 600. Apparently, him and his team have bought 666 pair of Nikes and turned them into devil shoes. Put a pentagram on them and 666 and a drop of human blood. They say they have in the shoes. And so the shoes are black and they got a red Nike sign on it. And Lil Nas X, basically what's happening is Lil Nas X is trying to change his image. Lil Nas X was wearing pink cowboy outfit. He admitted that he was a gay guy. And not that there's anything wrong with it. Got that off of Seinfeld. Lil Nas X admitted he was gay. He had a pink cowboy outfit. He had the big hit, Old Town Road. And now, all he's trying to do is change his image. Okay, a lot of times women in the music business, and we've seen this with Miley Cyrus, when they want to change their image from little kids liking them to trying to move forward to adults, the women can do something sexual, and then it's very controversial. Like we've seen Miley Cyrus. She was Hannah Montana, played this character that children loved. And then she switched up and done some real sexual performance with Robin Thicke years ago at a Grammys or American Music Awards, maybe an MTV or one of these award shows. She done a real